Dear ladies and gentlemen, it was such a nice event, and I should acknowledge all the effort that was done by COS, ICT, STIC, volunteers, sponsors, to bring us together during this uncertain time. It's not easy. A lot of measurements haven't been taken into consideration. COVID has changed the game. Today, I will talk about ecosystems and why ecosystems need eco-leaders. During these 2 days, we have heard a lot from the speakers mentioning the needs of the ecosystems, what are the plans, and what is the future, and what is missing. But the key question is enabling systems to function well. Can you hear me? Good. Okay. Okay, thank you. Hope you can hear me now. Great. Okay. So, as I was mentioning, during these 2 days, a lot of speakers have been referring to ecosystems. The needs, the plans, the lacking, everything was addressed. But the question is, who is enabling to function the ecosystem? This is the key. And these are people, eco-leaders. So during this presentation, I would like to share with you how leadership has been evolving from ego to eco, why ecosystems need eco-leadership, and ask for a commitment to act now, because the future is now. We cannot wait anymore. How I came across to this topic, if you help me change the slide, is that in 2019, I was nominated as a talent from Raiffeisen Bank, and I got rewarding to attend the Peter Drucker Forum. By attending in the Peter Drucker, at that time, the theme was ecosystem. We had an open invitation to pitch the topics, and therefore, I decided to challenge myself with eco-leadership. Here I have shared the eco-leadership got the most voted topic and the interest from audience. And that's why I decided to share in this community as well. Going further, what about me? Who am I? How came I here? I'm Drenusha. I'm working in banking industry more than 13 years. Mainly, I was working in transformations, dealing with different frameworks, but always having in mind that in heart of organization are people. So, beside that, I'm a mother of two children, and I do speak 5 different languages. Let's move on and go to the roots. Usually people mix managing and leading. So that's why I decided first to bring the wording. What's the difference? And the difference is, as you can see, that in the leading wording, it's someone who goes beyond, someone who takes that threshold. While in the managing, in the Latin, manus means a helping hand, which is totally different when you're acting. Going further, what is an ecosystem? We all have a knowledge about it. It's a network of organization which involves starting from supplier, distributor, competitor, government agencies, and still they do compete with each other, are affecting each other. That's why all the participants in the ecosystem needs constantly to evolve, to be flexible, to review their customer needs, their product and services. Since we committed to 7 principles of the UN in regard to ESG, environment, social governance, and all of us have objectives towards that about eco-products, eco-properties, or eco-machines. But what about eco-leaders? Are they green? Where can we find them? What about them? Before moving further, let's review the past, how the leadership has been evolving. With industry evolving, we have also evolved in terms of the workers. From the manufacturing worker, we have been evolving to the knowledge worker. So today, we mainly are the knowledge workers. And here I wanted to share some leadership evolution. It starts with autocratic, which usually are the leaders who love to control, to make decisions on their own. They don't take inputs from the team, and they are quite rigid to take the feedback. Are they needed? Yes, they are. Why, you would say? Because, let's say, in some functions like military, surgery, you don't have time for brainstorming. You have to take action and move. So autocratics still are around us and are needed, but not a lot in the ecosystem, only in certain functions. Situational leadership is task behavior leadership, which means the leader will evaluate the background of the follower. If the follower is a beginner, means he doesn't have any experience. So therefore, the leader will decide to tell how to perform and do the task. While this is the opposite in the delegation, because the leader here will ask a different question. We'll ask the follower, what's your opinion, your perspective on the objective? What can we do more? Because the follower already have experience. Going further to leader-member exchange, which was happening around 1980s, it's a leader-follower relationship. So the leader will evaluate the person, whether he is trustful, whether he is committed, whether he can have additional responsibility. And based on that, they have two categories. You are in the group or out of the group. Then we move to charismatic leaders. Based on the name, you see that they have charisma. They do sense things very early, and they motivate usually towards a topic. They are good as well. Let's see what Ecoleader is, and I will try to give analogy on this. Let's say we are gardeners. In the gardening setup, we need to know the purpose. Are we setting up for business? Are we set up for training? Are we going set up for decoration this garden or what? It's same for the team. What is the mission of the team? The leader has to share the highest purpose. What's the objective? People want to know how they are going to contribute to that objective, what kind of skills they need to bring in. So this is really important. We choose the location. Do we want in front, in back, where in the garden? It's really important because the plants have different specifics. Some of them need more water. Some of them need more sun. Some of them need the shade. It's same with the people. We are all driven by different values, different intentions, different personalities. Some of us are curious, some of us need acceptance, some of us need independence. And here comes the Ecoleader. He needs to enable this to the team. He needs to understand the specific of the team so that he can enable their success. Review the needs. We always have to review the needs to set up a garden. Do we need seeds, soil, organics, or what? It's same for the team. What kind of needs do they have the team? Do they have a training? Do they have a technical? Do they have a licenses? What kind of needs do they have? So feedback is another point that brings me why we need feedback. Do the leaders need feedback? Yes, they need, and constant feedback. They need to be open to embrace the feedback, because this will improve and build the trust and maintain the trust within that team. Even for the flowers, if the flower is not, or the plant is not flourishing, we cannot go and scream in front of the flower and tell you need to flourish faster because I can wait. Instead, we see what's the problem and try to fix. It's same with the people. Usually in corporates, we have tendency to just review the KPIs, the measurements, try to improve, optimize, and get that speed instead of seeing the pace of the things. Sometimes we need to give time to some things. Patience is really important. Maintain, it's really important also. If you don't maintain the garden next year, well, you won't have it. It's same with the people. You will have high attrition rate because something you have failed to maintain that, either relationship, investment in development, or something was missing. That's why I wanted to bring this analogy between a gardener and an eco-leader, because all of us here can become eco-leaders or even are. So we have to invest time with people. It's really important. Why eco-leadership matters, I will try to emphasize in 3 key points. It matters because of people. People are heart of organization. You can have best technology, best venue, best place to be, but if you don't have the right people, you're not having customers, you're not having products, so the cycle is broken. Eco-leaders are ensuring vital collaborative workplace. Also, their well-being is very important. Embracing diversity, embracing different thoughts, different genders, different opinions. We are different physically, also skills, also capabilities. So we have to embrace that. Increasing transparency is very important. Sharing the purpose so that I know how can help the organization to move forward. And their role and talents have been evolving. Just maybe 3 years ago, I'm mainly involved in the agile transformations. We didn't have certain roles, product owners, scrum masters. These are new for the market. And even we are facing the recruitment part for these kind of roles. So we need to be open to evolve even inside the organization and develop our people before the trend comes so that we are a step ahead. Organization-wise, what are the eco-leaders that is mattering for the organization is that they share the purpose. They don't create the purpose, but instead they invite people to create it together, take inputs, take feedbacks, and based on that they shape. Diversity raises productivity and satisfaction. Working in circle and asking someone, what's your opinion? It will increase the confidence of the team member. It will be maybe another idea. It will be maybe adjusting your idea or even accelerating. So use it. Psychology safety, I get a lot of questions about this in the trainings. What is psychology safety? Why should we take care? If we don't have an environment where people easily can fail, share the failures, then we have failed. Because even if we go to example of the planting, we can have some weeds around the garden, but we maintain, we remove. And these weeds are the mistakes, let's say. It's same with the people. So make a space, make an approach that people can easily speak about their mistakes and try to be proactive by asking questions, what you have learned from it, how do we go further? Because usually they have the solution as well, and they can act the fastest one, rather than waiting for commands. New co-creative practices, we are all involved in innovations, but do we have dedicated budgets for innovations? Do we promote people in organization to attend trainings or to participate in innovation? Or they think innovation is something that is only for certain people. So you have to communicate, to be close to them, so that you share the benefits of participation in co-creating practices. And sponsor was the craziest idea. Usually, it happens to me as well, that teams say, no, because no one will sponsor, so we will not go further. Don't judge, try it. Judging before trying is prejudging. You don't have experience, so first try, build your judgment, and then you know what was the learning. This is all from my side in terms of eco-leadership. I try to keep it short, but I would like to make an open call for all the organization to invest on the leaders, because we can have future eco-leaders. And time is now. There is no future. I would close up by saying less I and more we. These are the eco-leaders we should see. Thank you, everyone.